because it is time to see just how much, you know, of the tithe can we take. You know, just a little bit. We just want a little bit of the tithe, you know? 5%? 5% of the wealth from a dozen planets? Yeah, I think we can do with that. We did a little bit of leveling on everybody. Solomorn's gear is still kind of garbage, but I don't understand. The way the Castigator plays is gonna be... He is very short range slash melee, which means that on the average he is going to be unpleasant. Lord Captain, we are now in Lethalus' orbit. The ship has successfully exchanged access codes with the Adeptus Arbites outpost, but their landing pad is unavailable. The shuttle pilot is already calculating the closest landing point. Await. Oh no. The Voxcaster is interrupted by a crackle that turns into a ragged ultrasonic hum. A moment later, the connection goes. Yeah, send a tech brace. The investigation is already underway. The Lord Captain, the incident did not affect the security of our Voxcast. It seems more akin to reciprocal auger scanning. Well, yeah, oh, lovely. So Lady Theodora gave super secret security codes to somebody else. Lovely. That makes me so happy to be here. Means I'm going to have to deal with whatever nonsense she set up. Yeah, why is the landing pad on? Foreign objects on the way, possibly cargo containers. Alright, I guess we're ready. Yep. How is she packing the party? What? How is... How? She's dead. I shot her in the face. She sent me to hell. Her crime for that was literally getting shot in the face. How? Oh, we're not engaged. Oh, and they took away my murder kitten. I'm not sure I accept that. We may see if we can go back up and fix that because I didn't pay attention because I was really confused by the Yearlet thing. And we gained a level again. Lovely. We're going to go back to the bridge and we're going to try and sort out our party and hopefully Yearlet doesn't show back up again. Because she is very, very dead. I literally shot her in the head on my bridge. I have her spirit stone in my back pocket. Why did I level? We gained 50 XP and that made us level. Okay, joy. Okay, yep. Okay, she's still alive. Because Heinrichs is doing nothing much, realistically, versus Cabela, who is doing a lot. Her agility score makes certain she goes really soon, and, well, her methodology for murder is high. Alright, so we'll do our level right quick. We only have a couple of these left anyways. Now, use AoEs on this character. There we go. Do. Yeah, because he actually does take a lot of damage, oddly. The Cog Bro is not durable somehow. Yeah, you need more healing. Alright, and we will give you, actually, combat Medicaid. And Cabela... There we go. Increased by 5% of their dodge. That should make her crit chance kind of ridiculous. So I stay out. It's like, alright, I'll leave the window open. It'll be fine because there's been no traffic all morning. I start this, and suddenly, you know, I have the M25 outside. He doesn't use dual blades. There we go.
Requesting permission to rescue valuable technology from this maw of entropy and cesspool of violated storage regulations.
Pascal, you're the last person I would want to try for stealing the tithe. Only the rogue trader, due to his unique status, has the authority to remove anything from this planet.
And he can't. You cannot try. Pascal is a Magos of the Cult Mechanicus. He couldn't try him for fucking anything. Five tons of the finest sludge.
The Vizier. Would he be proud? Am I?
That was actually a fairly decent shotgun. Oh, where was I gave him the axe and another shield because he has a tendency to end up in melee. Oh,
What is
that's
your
right. I
command?
wanted to check the dog because the dog has new dog thing. Yeah. More shadows from the riven sky. They sure dress nice. Hey, is that an arbitrator? Why would an arbitrator be here? They're all holed up in their outposts. This has crawled up from the dump. Walls will deal with them. He can smell a fake. Excuse me? Move it. The captain will decide your fate. Okay. Those are macro cannon shells. Just sitting there.
Keep your wits about you.
That's a tank. Demolitionist. Captain Walls, can I take now? Do I take the oath now? Ahem, I swear to never. Have you been under fire, son? No, Corporal. Here's your oath then. Go, stepchild of the Imperium, become bones in the foundation of the new Imperium? Of the new truth. Oh no. It's heretics. Of course it's bloody heretics. You know, why would it not be heretics? You know, it couldn't never not be heretics. Hi. A man steps forward, the hideous burns on his head make it look like a ball of That's horrific and hilarious. I almost feel bad for laughing, but I don't. The pupil of one of his eyes is clouded, the other eye is sharp and alert. I heard a shuttle, and here you are. Not a tithe, not clerks, but guests from the riven sky. The chance we've been long waiting for. Uh-oh. These guardsmen refer to you as Captain. I do not know by whom or with what right the rank was given to you, but it means that you're nothing to me. Every living tithe unit must be commanded by a sergeant. Where is yours? I need them to take us to the Arbites outpost. Our sergeant. We strung up our sergeant. Right. Where's your commissar? The Arbites gave him to us. They serve the riven sky. Nothing comes from the sky but evil. Murder of superior officer. Desertion of the living tithe quarters. Defamation of the Adeptus Arbites. More than enough for a verdict. So you admit to murdering your commander so easily? Commander? No, the enemy. He was hiding the truth from us and prevented us from taking action. His death opened the way to our freedom and made us realize there is nothing more up there. We are on our home. Oh, no. Abelard, explain to this man how he will address me. Abelard assumes the most stern expression and proclaims voraciously, Guardsmen, before you stands the road trader Yuri von Valencius, by the will of the Emperor, the ruler of millions of subjects, the sovereign of many planets, Lethus included. From now on, you will show his lordship proper deference and obey any order without question. Yes, I see the crux of the matter. You are somebody very important, someone whose arrival can turn the tide. This is even more... You better start explaining or I'm going to kill you all. Our illusions were shattered. The Arbites brought us here and left us to rot. For years, we were waiting for our chance to die heroic in the name of the Imperium. Till we realized the Imperium is gone. All of this... What makes you think there's no Imperium? Look around you. Everything you see was a tithe, a sacred payment to the Imperium, and what became of it? Why did it never travel to other worlds as we've been promised? Why are we starving here instead of doing battle among the stars? Adeptus Ministorum. You saw my shuttle arrive with your eyes. Where do you think I came from? The Riven Sky. So they've obviously gone entirely insane here. You children of the Abyss like to toy with our minds. You keep bringing new garbage here and dumping it on our heads, all just to maintain the feeble facade of your lies. And you keep talking about the future will never come. Yeah, if the Imperium doesn't exist, who feeds you? We break the containers open, we get our own sustenance. At least the food we have here is real. Your minions, the Arbites, toss us some rations, but they aren't enough for the whole regiment. There are too many of us now. Destruction of the Sacred Tithe, unlicensed reproduction, repeated defamation of the Adeptus Arbites. I revoke your right to beg for mercy during the rest. Yeah. You're insane. That's what the emissaries of the Riven Sky always say, because you're afraid. I'm just gonna. Yeah, no. We're just shooting you. We're not dealing with this level of insanity anymore. Okay? We have a shotgun. Alright, Sin, turning myself up a bit. There. Is that better? We have a shotgun. We're just gonna solve this with shotgun. Stepchildren attack. Really? Really? The battle cry is stepchildren attack. Are they kidding me? Are they bloody kidding me? Stepchildren attack. Cabela, kill. I am now maxed out through Streamlabs.
Let's get to it. Here we go.
Stepson kill. Mm. Mm.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
We're just gonna make you. We're not dealing with this anymore. No. I've had enough of this nonsense, and I've been here 5 seconds.
Neither of us has to fight alone anymore. As the tenants demand. Trust me, killing brings me no pleasure.
We'll hit this button, and then we'll,
I shall not
Cabela,
fail.
kill!
The shadows will see.
Good girl.
Death is a blessing.
Can she even reach, can she reach that one?
Trust.
Yes, she can. I do believe I'm about to get extraordinarily violent. They're literally using what are effectively anti-personnel mines at point blank. I don't think Pascal likes that. Goodbye. No, he did not like that at all. Goodbye.
Tech familiar activated. My vow is to serve.
Oh, it's Solomon. Where is apprehend? No, that was the wrong one. Whatever. Apprehend.
Let's test our skills, Galato. Let's get to it. Here we go.
I won't stand for it.
Kill both of those.
Consider this a taste of what's to come. It's as good as no other enemy down.
Just. We're not. I was a little annoyed. A little. And then I heard their battle cry, and I went from a little annoyed to, I'm going to set them on fire with nothing more than my unending rage. Will you stop shooting my dog, please?
Hold on. Let's get to it.
I'm not accustomed to... My commands are followed without hesitation.
Just now. Now. We're gonna do this. She can't give it to herself. We'll give it to the dog.
If I may,
And we'll also give this to the dog, because the dog is apparently, the primary target.
brings me no pleasure.
Request approved. Function successfully terminated. Cogitation failed.
We're gonna run apprehend.
Galato, we're undertaking this task.
Boy. Then we're gonna use double slug.
It won't take long. Not a problem for a proctor.
We don't have any. Ability to actually heal the dog or anything.
On it.
You have a decent amount of HP. Decent. So we're going to
Who, if not me? Your end was never-
casually,
I refuse.
execute you.
I'll see to it. The best defense is a good offense.
you stop shooting my dog? You know, I do believe Abelard's gonna have words with you now.
Indeed. I will do my duty.
Emperor, give me strength. Another foe painted black.
Stepchildren. Still. Dude, I'm. Oh. Solomon casts a grave look over the battlefield and turns sharply to you. A change of tactics. We must cut off the arrival points of their reinforcements. See those cables and counterweights? They're what keeping the containers suspended. We get rid of the counterweights, and the containers will fall and block the passages. Someone will have to climb into the semblance of a tank and open fire. This is my tank. You know, they gave me an option to take a tank. Mine.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Because Solomon's about to get shot in the back a lot.
Neither of us has to fight alone anymore. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Let's make it quick.
Okay, I have a tank now.
This the fury of House Orcelio.
Okay, I need to send Abelard over there for power up the tank. Whatever that will do for me. Actually, it'll send Cabela since she has infinite movement effectively. Okay. Oh, so they're just gonna keep throwing people at me. This is going to end so not well for any of them.
As the tactical imperative dictates. Trying the memory of this righteous moment.
Where is it? Relocation. Move the Mediskull up.
Target parameters protect familiar units. The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
The order is clear.
That's annoying. Somehow they're able to dodge frangible breaching rounds. That is upsetting.
Colossal mistake. Orders supersede pain. Hold on.
You know, he has 2 giant shower shields. He should be fine.
Are made of plasteel.
I don't want to actually engage these guys in melee because I have a feeling that's going to end poorly. But, you know, I think needs must.
An exemplary strike. What for your target? Victory is imminent. Someone
I'm not sure if Abelard can survive a tank round, but you know what? Fuck it. We ball. Trying to shoot Cassia, that's or Cabela, that's adorable.
minor setback. Let's get to it.
Alright.
Here we go.
So every round they're just gonna send in a horde of enemies. This is gonna be a fight. Cassia, we want you. Because you see all those people over there, Cassia. I don't want to anymore. Please war crime them.
Me? If there is grace, at least. Now you're
Thank you. There's my beloved war crime. Give that to Abelard. And then we'll use the bird on those guys.
Now, do something.
Murder bird! Oh, I can power up the tank even further.
And retribution. As the tenants demand, I shall not fail is a blessing. Come, the other side awaits. Trust me, killing brings me no pleasure.
Let's make it quick. Let's get to it.
The navigator's might.
Well, that worked.
Running binary override.
Come on, double tap.
As a priority.
Reload your gun. We're gonna have you... We need a button in here for where... Because we need the dog to move up.
One of us would be enough. Clarify your order.
Okay, the dog doesn't have the ability to literally order it somewhere on the battlefield. That's kind of silly.
That's okay.
Abelard has a boo-boo. He'll fix it. There we go.
Let's get to it. Here we go. Hold on.
Oh, yes. Oh, no, because that's already working over there on those poor schmucks. What do we do? Because Cabilla's right there in the middle of all of that. So if I use her abilities, she's just gonna die. Well, she'll get hurt, alright? I don't think it'll kill her, but it'll hurt her. So yeah, I guess we'll just start melting guardsmen.
I'm not accustomed.
Actually, no, we're gonna start melting these tank demolitionist guys, because, they, for some reason, are actually able to hurt me, and that is unacceptable. Oh, she can't see him. Okay. Well, she can that one.
Commands are followed without hesitation.
Good work, Birdo. Actually, there, Birdo, be more powerful.
Death comes in.
We're gonna power up the tank again. Now we're gonna stand over here in between all of them, and we're going to engage blunder mode.
The other side awaits. As Lieutenant, let your soul be purged, as honor ordains. I shall not kill. Brings me no pleasure.
Blender mode complete.
Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
There we go. So I need to get Cabela out of there, because I have a feeling even she will feel a tank shell. Maybe. Possibly. She might feel a tank shell. She is rather horrific, is the word I want to use. In her, you cannot kill me.
A waste of blood.
Moving into position.
A tactically sound approach.
I did not even see that dude right there.
Here we go.
Oh, please. Oh, I was about to say, please tell me you're going to actually try and melee her. That would be hilarious.
Grace, at least. Another foe painted black. Neither of us has to fight alone anymore. A dance of blades and shadows.
I think I got him.
My competences are not that
Ah,
universal.
come on. Oh, there's one guardsman remaining. This poor guardsman.
Of his faithful. Out my way.
Oh, okay, I see how it is. Unless I use the power up the tank thing, the tank doesn't work. Which is really dumb.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Here we go.
Did I get it? Yep, we got it. Yay. Okay. Tank wins. Because of course it does. It's my tank now.
Let's make it quick.
Oh, there's one guardsman here. At any cost.
Isn't this a job for them? Duty demands.
This is a lot of loot. It's going to be all garbage. A bunch of trophy las guns. And we do mean a bunch of trophy las guns. Reinforced flak armor. I mean, at least we're sending our guardsmen out with decent kit.
Is there money to be made?
Bye, Chang Chen. I will remember you. You were great fun. The slow march of death uses charge. Okay. We have to look. What boots do you have? Okay, that means he hits more, and her boots are... Yeah, no, alright, yeah, nope.
This is intriguing. I always have a backup plan. I always get the job done.
Go, doggo. Good boy. He brought me a loot crate. The dog knows well what it is to do. Excuse me. Oh. Take the elevator. There's a lot of loot here. I want it.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Yeah. Proctor Adriana Yeager. Explain to me why this is a shit show. Proctor Adriana Yeager, Outpost T-Tech M/255. Greetings, Rogue Trader. It's hardly ancient, but, okay. Proctor Solomon Arnthar, cursory inspection of the site has revealed serious improprieties in the custody of the tithe. Report the extent of which the damage exceeds the margin of error. According to the last report, the losses have not yet exceeded the acceptable value set by the Administratum. The new inventory will see how well we have done in securing the sacred tribute. Would you like to see the numbers? Not right now. I can see that you follow protocols. The Marshal will judge the results of your mission, but I believe our reports will align in assessments and expectations. Lovely. So the arbitrators are literally saying, hey, we did nothing wrong. Yeah, you may have been attacked by some guardsmen, but that's not on us. Are you bloody retarded? Yeah, why is your landing pod blocked? I formally apologize on behalf of the Adeptus Arbites. We have been forced to stockpile shipments of weapons and explosive within the outpost to keep the living tithe from getting to them. The Adeptus Ministratum strikes once again. The Imperium would be so much better run if the Administratum had a brain. A single solitary brain. Yeah, I was attacked by guardsmen. Yeah, why have you not dealt with the insurgents? They nearly stole a tank. The tithe is taking damage, I'm aware of that. However, we cannot afford an operation to capture and eliminate the insurgents. That would cause losses among the arbitrators, which would be catastrophic in our current situation. We barely have enough people to stand watch and main the planetary defense weaponry. So, where do you suppose that leaves container loading systems? We are forced to keep order where we can for the time being. The cargo loss is still within the Administratum regulated norm of deterioration. The thing is that it's an Imperial Guard regiment, which means there should be commissars. And your arbitrators, which means you would then go to the commissars and their commanders and be like, you are now seconded to us, these are your duties. That is how that actually works. Why are these people being morons? This world clearly has problems this time, but yeah. Then let us not waste time and move on to your, yeah. The authenticity of the Administratum and Adeptus Arbites authorizations has been verified upon your vessel's identification. I'm aware that this is not a social visit. Speak plainly, why is the head of the dynasty come here in person? The Marshal has ordered the tithe to be transported to Dragonis. Start loading the barges. So that's how it is. After so many years, understood, Rogue Trader, we will begin loading immediately. Well, I lost more loading tithe. Oopsie doodle. So I have an entire planet that is a warehouse, effectively, with the worst load that is run by Amazon bots, effectively. Oh, and now my shuttle just left. I'm stuck on this. I'm stuck on Warehouse Planet. Oh. Lord Captain, your shuttle pilot reports that due to the loading activity, it's no longer possible to keep the shuttle underneath the surface. There is risk of a collision with the cargo handling mechanisms. The shuttle will remain in orbit until it can land safely at the Arbites outpost and take you aboard. I apologize for the inconvenience, Rogue Trader. If it's any consolation, we're nearly done. One thing that we still require in order to complete the loading procedure is the tithe inventory. The clerk, Tertius Quart, has it. As much as it offends me, I must ask you to return him to the outpost. That said, retrieving the inventory without the clerk also suffice. Why is a clerk not at their desk? I don't understand. My brain now hurts. It hurt before, and it's gotten worse. Why is this planet horrible? Why is everybody here horrible? Why is it so stupid? Why am I on Warehouse Planet? It's supposed to be a gleaming pile of fortune, and instead it's a shithole. Oh, dear. Remarkable ineptitude, Jaeger. I will assist you, but only because I want to get off this dump as soon as possible. The section that Court is currently taking inventory is not far from here. We have blocked the passage so that now the living tithe does not bother the scribes. We will clear a path. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Is there anything else I need to know about this clerk? Hardly, but I can give you a brief resume. Like any other scribes, Cork was personally elected by the prefect to maintain the inventory. He is meticulous, efficient, and incredibly committed. I saw him on several occasions, and he was always immersed in his work. Perhaps even obsessively so. That means, why is he not at his desk? Simple question. Why is the head of the clerks not being the head of the clerks? Why is he personally managing inventory? Everything, yeah. We're gonna go deal with this shit show, I guess. More cyber mastiffs. What is this? Yeah, Lex Imperialis, volume 964, Appendix 33B, okay? It is physically impossible to house the Lex in one place. Oh, what'd she see? And where? Okay. I have no idea what she saw. Okay. Pascal, open the container. What are these arbitrators trying to hide? Warrior armor and a scoped shotgun. Okay. Homeboy. Have a better shotgun. Maybe you'll actually hit something with it now. And warrior armor. Is this one? Yes. Slightly less. But actually more. 50, 70, 58, 70, 78, 80, 70, 70. Yeah, so slightly better armor. It matters for the man who keeps getting himself and his dog shot to pieces. I still have no idea what it is that Cassia saw. Like, I don't see anything. I guess we go back down the elevator. The Vox plays the most recent messages. 353rd company come in. This is Private Villager. I've lost my unit. I've been wandering in this infernal cargo maze for full 5 days now, requesting assistance. I've run out of rations. I've run out of dog. I feel like eating the sling of on my last gun. I can see smoke, probably from some kind of camp. I don't see a path to get there. I'll try to circle around. And then he just got lost. And then kind of died. Alright, we might have an upgrade for the doggo here. Doggo needs better upgrades because he keeps getting shot to pieces, and that's not acceptable. No, alright, that's the same. And that can go add to cargo. Oh, okay, that's actually really good. Because that increases its its signal abilities by plus 30, which I primarily use it as a meta skull. So that's fellowship boost.
The shadows reveal their secrets.
Uh-oh. Mines.
That's how it's done.
Papers are when endless strings of numbers. Great. Somebody printed out code. Intelligent. Oh, alright. Ah, I see now. We want to go up the ladder. Get this loot. Grenades, paintball. Yep. Grenades go in the bin because I don't ever use them. And mainly because they're not useful effectively. They don't do enough damage. Their side effects are really easily countered. Servo gauntlets, the dodge penalty. Ooh. But whenever the wearer hits a target with a shield, that's not bad. But we don't use it. What do you have? Your helmet is... Oh. Except you're not a castigator, so... Here, have a different helmet. There. You are now a proper Arbites. It finally took us long enough, but we did it. We turned you into a proper one. And the other one, your gloves are composite shield. Ah, yeah, and we're going to keep that on you, because you take entirely too many hits.
Everything here is seeping pale green. This color, it strangles me like a chain around my throat.
Great. I found a box of bones. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to find.
Could be an opportunity.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
What is that? A power hammer? This weapon's single target attack deals direct damage equal to 5% of target's maximum wounds. Oh dear! Abelard! I don't think you need the parry sword anymore. You got the, you're gonna get that thing, because that's kind of horrific. Yeah, it does the same damage. He doesn't really need the auto parry because he has other ways to get parried. But that 5% damage on top of however hard he hits.
Left in the dust.
The string of silver. Oh. Oh look, there's the guy I'm sent to find. 200. What are you doing here? 200 million? No, didn't count for corrosion, but where? Abelard, and tell the scribbler what I'm here for, please. His lordship, rogue trader Yuri von Valencia, is bearer of the Sacred War and has come to collect the inventory of the tithe shipment. The clerk winces and mutters mechanically. Tertius Quart, rank 3 squire of the department catalogus. Quantity 1. The inventory, There is no retrader on the inventory. Oh no, he's insane. My treasure planet is ruined. Why is my treasure planet a hole? Oh, I mean, why? Why? Why can't I have a nice treasure planet? No, I end up with a shithole. You know, I didn't want downtown Los Angeles. I did not want downtown Los Angeles. Or San Francisco. No, it is not what I wanted for my treasure planet. There is no road trader on the inventory. I can't give you anything before... Uh-oh. This is probably going to end poorly for somebody. Let's start with the... Before I fill in the forms, let's start with the retinue. He is stalling. Fine, but make it quick. Member of the Adeptus Arbites, quantity 1. A non-standard issue cybermassif, quantity 1. Physical integrity, below average. Configuration, secondary. Jaw, prognathous and powerful. All of the above. Ooh. Wow, he called my arbitrator and his dog little and underwhelming. I can't say I disagree, sadly. No offense, but I would not trust you with an inventory of Galacto shit. What with how deranged you are, and you think that someone gave you the Expanse's entire tithe to freely desecrate. Guard, private, aged, 1, quantity, 1. Deterioration high, unfit for duty. I'm not even sure which offends me more. You're invalidating me, or you're mistaking me, an officer of the Navy, for an expendable guardsman. Yeah, I think I'm gonna break this dude's legs in a second. Oh dear. I don't think this dude's gonna live at all. He just took shots at Pascal. That's asking for the Grim Reaper of fucking the Adeptus Mechanicus to come for you. A servitor of non-standard configuration, quantity 1. Frame, feeble. Functionality, dubious. Signs of subbar lobotomy evident. This unit's degraded cognitive capacity is confirmed. This unit's functional value is unconfirmed. Requesting termination of its final functions in the name of mercy. Yeah. A mutant with albinism. Quantity 1. The gill slit suggests an ocean world origin. Note, skin desiccated. Placement in a liquid-filled tank recommended to avoid spontaneous disposal. The servant's colors are mad. Wait, did I just get called a fish? Uh-oh. He's going to talk about Cabela next. A pale, lanky woman. Quantity 1. Multiple signs of battery. Evidence of malabsorption. Best category, fit. Subservience. Subcategory, idlers. Yeah, perhaps I should carve your words into his skin with my blade, Doman. He seems to want a written request. Yes. Let's see what you have to say. A rogue trader, quantity 1. Bloodstain count on a tire. 20? I only have 20 after that firefight? That's not bad. I killed like 50 people there, okay? 20 is fine. I'll turn around. 26. Equipment, excellent. Limb count, satisfactory. Appearance, unremarkable. Self-importance, elevated. Elevated self-importance. Me? What? Yes, the assessment is standardized. Don't argue with it. Excellent, very good. We are almost done. Now to finalize your inventory record, please take off your clothes. I'm not taking off my clothes on this planet. That sounds like an accident. I do not want tetanus. Planet trash pile. I do not want tetanus. Yeah, I'm just going to drag you to the arbitrators. Please understand I need time for additional inventory taking just a couple of years, no decades. Yes, there's, of course, let me open the path to the cogitator. That's where the inventory is. Uh-oh. I have a feeling the scribe just tried to screw me. What is this? Elastic gloves? If the first time in a round the wearer kills... Alright, yeah, they're not... That's not great, because very rarely do you get to kill 3... Do you have the ability to have 3 creatures killed in one single round? Oh, look, more guardsmen. They're now digging in sand. And knowing this planet, the sand is probably diamonds. Oh! That's... What the fuck is that? Ambles. These things navigate by sensing vibrations of the ground. Everyone get on top of the crates. They'll be easy prey. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. This thing has a massive amount of wounds. And it just slaughtered that poor thing. What is that debuff? Get off the ground. Ambles, Oh, okay, so I need to actually move to the... Oh, okay, so the actual cargo crates are technically off the ground. This is going to be bad, because there's not many crates.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? Me? Do you insist, Lord Captain? If I may.
Solomorn.
Mark the target.
Just looking at his things, fulminating.
Understood. Cruel heretic escapes punishment.
Apprehend. Doggo, eat him. Good doggo. Where's Bite? There's Bite. Eat him. This is probably going to be somewhat cruel. Because we're going to do overpen, so we can just shoot that poor guardsman.
On it. Who if not me? I'll see to it. Should have thought twice before crossing me. It's as good as you never stood a chance.
Abelard,
Go back and call.
hit this thing with your brand new hammer. See how it does.
Target well struck. I'm not interested.
Oh, it summoned allies now. And then it ran away. Cowardice!
Indeed. That's not the Seneschal's job.
The shadows will see.
there's one down. Oh. And the cargo container they were on disappeared now. Lovely.
Setting target parameters for 10 familiar units. Abide in the host of blessed creations of the omniscient.
There we go. Why are you hitting my... Whatever. Oh, please, please.
An offering of blood.
Okay, that was weird. Why did she take damage? Because she parried. What is flesh? Because that's what they hit with her with. Hell? Uses an ability. The Imperalis is immune to effects that changes priority target, and it selects amongst the targets to lose ground. Oh, so it automatically does damage no matter what, if they're on the ground and not on a cargo container.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
And send it to burn. And then we'll buff the dog.
Dare ask.
Actually, no, we'll buff the
Isn't this
service
a job
skulls.
for the serfs?
And we'll give that to the dog. Because the dog, for whatever reason, destroys a lot of aggro.
Hold the formation. It won't take long.
There we go.
Waste of time.
Oh, alright. He can't hit it, so...
I don't need luck. I have strategy. I'll see to it nothing was inevitable.
Alright, well, you come back up. There you are.
There is only death, yours or mine.
Who if not me? I'll make it happen. I'll see to it personally.
I've seen worse battles than this
Come on,
in my
Abelard.
time.
Let's see if you can't break this thing in, like, a round. Oh, there's 200 points of damage. There's another 160. You know.
I will do my duty. Victory is imminent.
Ah! Alright.
I've suffered worse.
This goes against the tenets, as honor ordained. I cannot serve you in this way. The blade whispers your name.
Oh, alright. Great. They almost killed each other, but it's fine.
Come, the other side awaits.
Well, that was an interesting fight. Some melta bombs. We'll take those. The support guardsman. Examine. What is this? So we're gonna have to kill more of those ambull things,
I planned.
and that's fine with me.
Keep your eye on the price.
Citrine motor modulator. What cloak are you wearing? Oh, yeah, never mind. You're keeping that because that means you can't be affected by bullshit. Yeah, doggo, where does this go? Oh! Alright. Dog is going to bring me more loot because it is a good dog and it brings me loot. Good boy. Psy Raven, Scourge of the Feeble. I don't think that's not very great. I'll compare it, but I don't think that's actually any good for her. 20 perception. Yeah, and it actually does make things bleed, so yep. Let's dig this out. Intimidating growl. Ah. I finally found a coronate item, but it had to go in the bin.
Is there money to be made?
Chip data slate. We hid in the old container when the things claimed out of the look bad on the old Heartless. We'll climb out once they unload the goods at the port warehouse. I bet those thick-headed Lahem won't even really... Oh, God. So they didn't even inspect containers as they brought them in. This is the most dumbest place. You've eliminated the ambules. Good. I'm crossing them off the inventory. So many injuries have you sustained. I must account for the units of blood. You tried to kill me. I thought it would stop you. I have a job to finish. You can't imagine how hard this is. The workload, the responsibility. Please understand I'm in here on my own. Well, almost. There's another scribe here. He works at nights and litters the reports with errors. You do realize there are consequences for attempting to kill me? Yeah, why are there so few clerks on this planet? There used... Oh, great. So again, the Administratum doing its best to get in its own way and step on its own feet. Oy vey. There used to be more of us. 5 died to exhaustion. 3 more were killed in the collapse of this tithe of assets. 2 were eaten by ambules. Another 10, no, 11, I don't know. Administratum... Yeah, how did the ambules get here in the first place? Ambules, repulsive, aggressive pests. They adapt to any environment. The world is infested with them. They got to the tithe and gobbled up everything they saw. And I had to update the inventory. And then he starts crying. Yeah, what are the... Yes, death. So he understands that he's going to be executed. Alright, he does understand this. He's not that far gone. I think the question will be, who do we give him to? Do we give him to Cabela or Pascal? This is the question of the day. Yes, death. But with you gone, the tithe would have stayed here. It would have given me time, meeting the target, filling the last form. These are the only things that matter. Your confession doesn't diminish your guilt. Yeah, the question is just how badly do we execute you? You will die for what you did, either here or following your return to the Administratum and a lengthy investigation. The Administration? No. Where is the inventory? It's incomplete. The inventory is in my impound, and it's notifying me unaccounted for assets all the time. As much as I hate to distract... Yeah, you're coming with me. We're not going to shoot you here. That's too easy.
Keep your wits about you.
Get on the elevator. Good boy. Is that my shuttle? Was that really it? Was that the entirety of this DLC? Rogue Trader, we are now in the final stage of the loading process. Consequently, your shuttle has been able to maneuver around and land. As soon as the matter of inventory is settled, you will be free to leave. Here's your clerk. What is next? We do not have much left to load. The bulk of it is already on the barges, and the rest is being delivered automatically. We merely need to decide what to do with the living tide. They have bred irresponsibly and now are twice as numerous as before. They had no orders to breed. Yeah, we're just gonna be. Then as your shuttle is ready to depart, we will take care of. Query: invitation to the Von Valentius orbital station. Uploading coordinates into the shuttle's central cogitator complete. Purpose: finalizing the Oblivion Directive. Tarry not, offspring. If you delay, you will be blown up with all the extraneous subjects. Blast it. That voice. What is this directive? This excuse me? No. It may be a shithole of a treasure planet, but it's still my treasure planet. You're not blowing it up. I'm keeping it. I'm going to institute some reforms. There's going to be more than a dozen clerks. There will be proper containment and control. I will find Trazen. He will help me. I will fix it. Answers. Watcher of Lethus. Who? Please don't tell me Theodora put an abominable intelligence in charge of my treasure planet. I will be forced to blow it up then. Why? Yes, we've always had a thirst for knowledge. I will satisfy your curiosity when you come to me. I need to know if you have what it takes to see this through. Hurry, this world will soon cease to exist. That's not good. The augurs are recording anomalous seismic activity. Somebody has started arming the cyclonic. Why are there bombs? Why are there bombs in the heart of my treasure planet? What kind of retards are here? Ugh. The machine spirits are all counter rejected. Great. I demand an explanation, Rogue Trader. We can't block the Oblivion. Who is your accomplice? What do you think you're doing, Jaeger? Lower your weaponness. Pull yourself together, or you will regret it. My job is to guard the tide, even from a Rogue Trader, if necessary. Kindly explain yourself, or I'll be forced to take action. Proctor Jaeger, you have no right to threaten a Rogue Trader on his own planet. True. Especially when the barges are being sent to Dragonis on the Marshal's orders. If that isn't enough for you, I will personally vouch that Yuri von Valancius is not in league with some unknown criminal. Correct. I trust your judgment, partner, but my mission requires vigilance and... I knew I could count on you, Solomon. Can you tell... Let's see. Yeah, what protocol are you following at this time? I own the planet. Literally own it. Mine. And you're gonna pull your gun on me? I doubt that there exists a protocol exists for this, but I hear the voice of the Lex Imperialis in this world. Your words. Yeah, because I did choose the Arbitrate's starting path. We'll go with tech use. Did you hear those strange noises on the Vox line? That is what what intercepted transmitters sound like. Why would my servants do this? Perhaps somebody is trying to frame you, or there are even more convoluted motives involved. Probably. I see no need for further confrontation. Consider the issue settled for now. We will return to you will board your file chips, and we will investigate the identity of the perpetrator. Let us return to this matter and the marshal present on Dragonus. But there's an yeah, we're going to the orbital station first. Watcher's orbital station. Lovely. That's a servitor.
I always keep my options open.
Watcher of Lysis. A human torso is built into a massive cogitator. Countless cables entangle a shriveled body and snake under the pale skin. Identification. Rogue Trader von Valancius, initiating the final stage of the Oblivion Directive. A ragged wheeze escapes the Vox grill, and the man's speech becomes more animated and bileless. You have arrived at last, offspring. At last, everything ends. Go on and take the final step. Confirm the execution of the directive, and doing so, destroy Lysis. Take its riches and free me from this unbearable vigil. Explain to me what is going on now. You really don't know. Did she choose not to tell you, or did she not get the chance? It doesn't matter anymore. Yours is the blood of the dynasty, and so I'm compelled to give you this answer. Supreme Ordinance, the arrival of the head of the von Valancius dynasty, with the purpose of the complete extraction of the tithe, triggers the immediate activation of the Oblivion Directive by the Watcher of Lysis. At the moment of the directive's activation, the machine spirits of the initiation systems are bound in a Prometheus Proximia class Cogni shackles. The Cogni shackles cannot be removed by any means. The directive guarantees the Rogue Trader acquisition of the planet's assets and the destruction of the Lysis, presented as being caused by the actions of the enemy of humanity. Okay, so instead of keeping the literal treasure on Treasure Planet unknown, Theodora was going to blow up Treasure Planet and steal it all. On the other hand, if she had just kind of in-run the arbitrators, she could have literally arranged it all. Had a Treasure Planet, had the Arbites being personal guardsmen on Treasure Planet, and kept the loot. Why was my predecessor an idiot? So Theodora intended to steal the tithe from the start. She arranged the world's destruction to cover her tracks, installed a servant to keep an eye on things, and even made contingency plans in case of her own death. All she needed was an opportune moment, like this one. With the Expanse being torn apart, the plan looks convincing. An outrageous accusation. Lady Theodora never sullied herself with such heresy. Stealing the sacred tithe. Nether. I have her private office. Trust me, she would have done whatever she felt necessary. She has Necron tech. She destroyed a craft world. You want me to claim the tithe for my own? I have long been since robbed of the luxury of freely expressing my thoughts. I'm merely quoting Theodora's plan. This qualifies as a culprit's confession, except for the culprit itself is dead, and judging this creature would be pointless. Still, we must decide what to do next, Rogue Trader. Here's what I stand. Lady Theodora has violated Lex Imperialis. She's a Rogue Trader. It literally does not apply. And the Marshal should be informed of her crime. If you are loyal to the Imperium, you will send the tithe to the Administratum, tell Marshal Strax to the Invents on Lysis. I fully agree with you. Yeah, well, what question? Yeah. Are you a servitor or something different? Something different entirely, offspring. A prisoner of my own mind in these machines. Do not let the manner of my speech deceive you. I am only following the orders vested in me. The part of my brain that controls my ability to converse and holds the scraps of my personality was severed from my volition centers and locked in a cage of functions and limitations. Why were you consigned to such a terrible fate? I was a threat to Theodora's rule. She had my brain dissected. A sophisticated sentence to be humiliated, to live in suffering, and yet continue to serve the dynasty. Harmless, perfectly harmless. Observe this left of the offspring. This is how a rogue trader metes out punishment. If you were probably actually powerful enough to threaten her, yes. Yeah. I would not, seriously, I wouldn't mind having one like you myself. So you could brag about it to Winterscale at banquets? You are out of luck. This entire station is attached to me. It supplies me with power, and the massive computing modules lie below. Such is the price that you might make small talk with me. Such a waste of the sacred current of the motive force is unacceptable. I demand an immediate cessation of this woman's vital processes without the right to atone for its personal inefficiency. Alright, Pascal says just kill it. But I need subject matter. You know, people are a lot less willing to revolt when you have a perfect living example of what happens when you fuck around. You crave death. What does it matter what I crave if I'm doomed to follow orders? Yes, I need you to complete the Oblivion Directive and trigger the station shutdown so that I will be free at last. And yet, in all these years, I have done nothing to bring my death closer. I can only await an eternity longer, suffering, but infallibly obedient. I have other questions. Why do you call me Offspring? What else should I call you? The heir of the dynasty's throne, a young descendant. You may have grown used to people prostrating themselves before you, but to me you're but a child. Yeah, who are you? That is one question I cannot answer. Theodora did not wish anyone to learn the name of he who would become the Watcher of Lethus. Very well, but if Theodora were to order you to tell her your name, how would you respond? The man says nothing for a long time, and the air around the cogitator grows noticeably hotter. Finally, he speaks. I would say, dear sister, what a silly question. It is me, Darius. Oh, it's my uncle! By the Holy Throne. So that's where I remember your force from. I saw you once when I was accompanying Lady Theodora. You weren't as you are now back then. But she never spoke of you as her brother. Why? Why were you punished? As Theodora's senior relative and direct heir, I could lay claim to her throne, and I did. I intended to kill her and declare a search for her successor, and while it went on, to enter the warrant chamber and assume the rogue trader's title by blood. Theodora exposed my plan, executed anybody who had taken part in the conspiracy, and turned me over to the tech priest. Oh, so you tried to stage a coup and failed miserably. I understand why you would come up with such an elaborate punishment. You have yet to ask how your sister died. I cannot ask questions about anything unrelated to my function now that you've brought it up yourself. However, no, I do not want to know. If I heard that she had died by chance at the hands of an unworthy opponent, I would be gravely disappointed. After all, I have only solaced myself by believing Theodora was someone extraordinary, and only because she was of this was she able to beat me. Why come up with such elaborate punishment? At first I thought Theodora was going to pay me visits so she could gloat, but she never once appeared on the station. I have a different explanation now. For a von Valancius, even punishment must befit his status. True. With a gilded prison and one-of-a-kind automatics, so as not to have a pathetic servitor mar the dynasty's image. I do not know what kind of person you were, but I feel sorry for you. Aw, fishwife. To be reduced to an expensive doll, a toy in someone's hand. No one deserves such a fate. Yeah, how could... yeah. Yeah, well, where everyone would know. Oh, you were a bastard. Okay. Had I been a legitimate child, yes. They would have written my name in gold into the dynasty's chronicles. However, my mother's origin, as well as certain other circumstances, were damaging for House von Valancius, and so my inclusion into the family hit a snag. When Theodora was young, I was brought to Dragonus to be trained for the role of seneschal. When she became rogue trader, she refused to recognize me as kin. She needed an obedient servant who wouldn't challenge her rule. Had I behaved myself, perhaps Theodora would have considered to call me her brother and heir on her deathbed. Yeah. I've decided what should be done with the tithe. Yeah, the tithe will go to the administratum. Damn the dogmatic playthrough. The rogue trader has spoken. The barges will go where he is decreed. The Watchers of Lethus has served its purpose. I had hoped I would feel relief. I know that it's there, locked inside my protocols. And she wanted me to know and to not to feel. Wow, bitchy. The vid screens of the cogitators flicker, trying to process the influx of data, and then fade all at once. And then she blew up my treasure planet. She blew it up. There better be more to this DLC too, though. I mean, seriously, this would make it a fraction of the size of the first one. Less than half, I want to say. Because just the initial dungeon for the first DLC was bigger than everything we've done so far for this one. And that includes Horrible Planet of Horribleness. Take the loot.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Oh, Lady Theodora's mantle. At the start of the wearer's turn, if there are more enemies than allies in combat, deals 20% more damage with melee weapons. But I don't... Abelard has one, and I don't have a... And Cabela has something good too, so no. Besides, Cabela generally makes certain that after the first round there's not more enemies. Lord Captain, your immediate intervention required. The barges you sent to the Dragonus have been attacked by enemy ships that emerged from the warp. What ships are they? They carry no identification marks. The signatures are unreadable. All I can tell. Alright. Yeah, prepare for battle. Somebody's trying to steal my fucking treasure. Okay? I'm not even going to... At this... We said we're not going to keep it. That's fine. It's fine. But until the Administratum has it, it's mine. And nobody takes my shit. Just no. Oh, okay. I was about to be very concerned because I was like, that's a very big ship. I go last because my engine is garbage. I should probably buy... I think I need to go out and buy like the last bits of kit. I know that my value is high enough, or my profit factor. this so we can actually get our swing around high enough to... Alright, yep, that will work. See if we can't get rid of this guy here. Okay. More enemy ships arrived. Alright, and these are bigger ships. That's kind of concerning. And they're in front of the mass conveyors, which is equally concerning. There's a lot of firepower on the field at this point, and those mass conveyors are very big, but they're not doing anything. Because for some reason they don't even have point defense guns. Which they should. They should have PD guns. Okay, that one's leaving, so it's no longer a problem. I may lose that one simply because it's on the outside and I can't protect it. Da-da-da.
Smite the enemies of humanity.
Nope.
No trace of their filth, rogue trader.
And... Yep, that's it. Oh, alright, we got a sword class frigate. 2, 3 sword class, another foul shoot. But where are they in relation to us? Alright, they're further ahead of us and further out. Noted. Oh, that Viper is still back there. I forgot all about you. with them all the way being all the way out there, maybe I can deal with this one falchion and then move up and get a view on them. Be nice. So they can't put holes through that mass conveyor.
There is a gap in their defenses.
See if we can't finish them off and then get... I did not want to have to do this because I wanted to be able to actually turn and get on to the target I wanted. Yeah, I need to drop torps next turn. I should have dropped them this turn. Alright. Oh, yeah, that ship just ran away, and that's fine. I have to hope the Heartless or something comes to deal with that, because that's a lot of power coming in, and the Heartless is not great at actually understanding priority targets. Like, at all. Because there goes my, yep, there goes my little Corvette, or my frigate. Torps.
Praise the old Messiah.
Took out one of them. Oh. Alright, no, that glass cloud just kills the little ships. And there's now the there's the frigates being on top of the mass conveyors. Actually, this is a really well laid out combat. Really well laid out. And I love the graphic behind with the destroyed planet and everything. Looks really good. Got another sword and another falchion. Those torps are being useless. I'm gonna lose that one. See if we can't just destroy the sword class.
We broke their shield. Now break their spirit.
We're just gonna do a little casual drive-by. Just a little drive-by. It's fine.
The enemy shield is down. Time to unleash a counterattack.
And thump thump. There we go. That was fun. That was fun. Reporting all enemy vessels destroyed. When will these upstarts get the message? You attack your road trader, you'll be floating in the void like a dead rat in the lower decker's soup. Yeah, who were they? Well coordinated, well equipped, signatures encrypted. They weren't some meaninglessly lateral mercs. How did they know where they were? Traitors, some of them had infiltrated crew. A dozen voidmen, a few officers, and thrown even one astropath. Right. Yeah, where are the traitors? We will interrogate them. Masters at Arms handled their interrogation personally. She managed to break their most resistant ones. In short, we have learned that they wanted to destroy part of the tithe and retreat. Strange behavior for pirates, wouldn't you agree? Yeah, actually that is. Pirates want to take the tithe, not blow it off. You can't, especially considering we destroyed effectively an entire flotilla there. That was not a little bit of firepower shooting us. Yeah, the last one spat out a cryptic warning along with his entrails. By the time you get back to Dargonis, it will be too late. I don't know what, and what are the barges? Okay, so the barges got away. Alright. Yeah, tell Master Strax what's happening. Alright. Gonna repair. We leveled a bit. Yep, we'll take that one. And Sanctified Restart. There we go. Why is your... The must be literally the patch yesterday brought Yurlit back from the grave again. It seems to be some sort of bug that she has. This is not the first time she has returned magically from the grave. I was much more enjoying it when she was dead because she deserves it. Alright, jump home. Urgent report. Excuse me? The barges carrying the tithe have been seized and heading off in an unknown direction. Multiple sources are voxing the flagship at once. Who took the tithe? We're getting reports of it being an order of the Adeptus Ministratum. We have received several official forms to the effect that Argonus's orbit is currently deemed unsafe for tithe storage due to an unspecified. And the noble houses? Great. So my nobles did something stupid. And we mean monumentally stupid. Do I finally get to just execute Drivestem for being incompetent? Okay? This would be the third time that he has done something has happened under his watch as Imperial Governor that has been catastrophic. Can I finally get rid of him? I am requested to come to the Palace of Justice in Perfin. The prefect speaks of terrible heresy that is threatening the von Valancius dynasty protectorate. While you're away, steps were taken to prevent the spread of corruption. However, your presence is to make the final decision. Prefect Vulture. What do you say, Solomon? This seems the law as soon as the master's left unattended. Yeah. Yeah, the tides bars must be recovered at any cost for the planet once. Because there's nothing left to build on this planet, right? No. I left for a week. A week this time I was gone. Explain, old woman. Rogue Trader von Valancius, welcome back to the Palace of Justice. What is happening? Yeah, what is happening on my planet? That is why you are here, is it not? To learn why the world is distressed, why the air is charged with Vox transmission. Any administrator worth their registration would be concerned. Disruptions lead to... disruptions to established processes always lead to, well, no matter. The Administratum is read by a heretic. You know, honestly, considering the ineptitude of them, I'm surprised more of them don't turn to heresy. Oy vey. The prefect peers at your face. Your voice sounds strange, calmer, deeper, less cantankerous than usual. Have you ever pondered the nature of heresy, von Valancius? Perhaps, to your mind, heresy is merely limited to Xenos, Warpspawn, and insurgents. No. Remember, one of the very first things we had to do was shoot one of our governors for being a Slaaneshi heretic. But there are other heresies whose existence is far more easily forgotten. Those of negligence, avarice, or confusion and disorder. Yeah, whatever the form it may take, heresy as always treads quietly, unbeknownst into its ultimate victim. I believe both of us have given some thought to this in recent days. The prefect gives you a different look from before, and the century-old weariness in her eyes dissipates for just a moment. There is surprise and piqued curiosity in her expression, both of which, however, she quickly conceals behind the usual veil of aloofness. Rogue Trader von Valancius, in accordance with Amendment Decree 64-98/DF, issued by the Adeptus Ministratum and the Adeptus Arbites, you can't. Literally a giant piece of paper that says, I do what I want, signed, the Emperor. You stand accused of countless heresies that threaten the sacred tide and the well-being of the Protectorate. It's my Protectorate, you dumb... All related statements that have been formulated and evidence of your crimes registered, the proceedings will be commenced as soon as you and your accomplice present themselves as the accused. The trial awaits you. This was all one very carefully orchestrated spectacle, wasn't it? What? Awareness, you spied on me. You knew of every word I said. How does it feel to sneak glances at one you can never hope to become? Yeah, the head, this little old lady who was the head of the local administratum, thought she could actually be in charge of everything else. Your taunt hit its mark. An angry grimace passes over the prefect's face. She immediately recomposes herself, but it is too late. You saw how much of your words have offended her, and she knows you have caught her reaction. Unsubstantiated conjecture mixed with an inflated sense of self-importance. I am honored to do my duty. Your only goal has been to get your hands on the Typhon Lethus. Not everyone is driven by greed and thrill-seeking, rogue trader. I see your position has clouded your mind. Regrettable, but unsurprising. Without due diligence and judgment and actions, it's the most likely terminus. Just a minute, you set me up. I wouldn't have even tried to hear you out, rogue trader. Allow yourself to be... We're going to try an attack. Athletics failed. Yeah, athletics is not my skill. Yeah, and so the arbitrators beat me like a drum. You know what? It's fine. I think I'm going to replace both the administratum and the entirety of the local arbitres. All of them. We're just going to do from the top down, burn it all, rebuild it. In the name of the God Emperor, the Von Valencius dynasty stands accused of betraying the Imperium. You don't... It would literally be the Lords of Bloody Terra. Could be the only possible members of the Imperium at large that could attempt to put a rogue trader dynasty on trial. Okay? This lady has obviously lost the plot. The entirety of it. And the trial is public so that all may see the rogue trader's heresy and know that the status and power are no shield against the righteous punishment. Marshal Strax, you have the floor. State the list of crimes against the Lex Imperialis. Be examined here today. Rogue trader, ya dumbass. Resisting the justice of the Imperium, conspiring to steal the sacred tithe, undermining the legitimate authorities on the Imperial world, involving sorcery and damage to the tithe, conceiving and executing plan to destroy sector-wide tithe shipments and the subsequent destruction of a strategically important planet. Abelard, answer the charges, because part of me wants to do this one, but having Abelard literally yell them down, yes. Barely containing his seething rage, I understand. Yuri von Valancius, bearer of the sacred warrant, yeah, the piece of paper that says I do what I want. The God Emperor's anointed and sovereign of this protectorate, yeah. Denies these false accusations, and the Administratum and Odessus Arbites will not get away with this flagrant attempt to sully the rogue trader's good name and plunder his dynasty's coffers. Make no mistake. Let the record show that the defendant disregarded the opportunity given to him to repent, which only adds to the gravity of this guilt. We will proceed with the examination of individuals' heresies committed by the defendant. Conspiring with the captain of the Heartless to steal the sacred time. Upon arriving on Rykad Minoris, the rogue trader aided Captain Sargona in loading the tithe onto a ship under the cover of planetary riot. I'm trying to think... Alright, that was 60 in-game hours ago. That was a month of real time ago. Jesus. And I'm trying to think. I don't even think the Heartless was even mentioned. But whatever. Urion Valencius later eliminated his accomplices using Adeptus Arbites, flourishes led by Proctor Anthar. Their Proctor attempted to appease the rogue trader greed by offering the frigate known as the Heartless in exchange for the safety of the Tide. After realizing the other incorruptibility of the Arbites, the rogue trader attempted to destroy the Tide ship. The Heartless wasn't a Tide ship. Only the timely intervention of the Proctor saved this sacred tribute. Then the rogue trader boarded the ship in an attempt to seize the sides. His actions led to the action of the death of a squad of arbitrators. Proctor Anthar alone survived the rogue trader's murderous ploy. Whatever. Yuri von Valencia is personally eliminated as accomplice. Captain Sargata. Ah, yes, the enemy Pyropsyker. Yes, I did shoot the... I honestly want to say that, yes, I killed him because Cabela was doing other things. In order to destroy all the evidence of his schemes. Do you have anything to say? Yeah, I'm going to go with persuasion. You're all talking offense. With all due respect for Solomorn's capabilities, if I wanted to get rid of him and his arbitrators to steal the Tide, there's no way you could have stopped me. Marshal Gregor Strax, you know, the idiot in charge of the arbitrators, and apparently is an actual idiot, attempting to threaten a rogue trader on his own vessel would have then been an imprudent choice. No shit. Let a new charge be added to the record, attempting to manipulate an official. Marshal, I hope I do not need to remind you of your duty. According to the calculation of the Tide transferred from the Heartless, the administration was 3 units of volume. It is presumed that the rogue trader did not risk seizing more than the presence of the Proctor, but even 1 ounce unaccounted makes the Tide incomplete. Let us move on to Sarah. Oh yes, the world literally run by a Zinchian cultist. Yeah. You know what? You're lucky I didn't just turn it into ashes, because that was my thoughts. The world had underpaid the appropriate tithe amount, a crime that should have been remedied by the rogue trader escorting Proctor Anthar to that backward world. Proctor, you are hereby called to testify, to describe what happened on that planet. Solomon. We arrived on Thessera. The rogue trader and I were drawn to the machinations of the planetary governor. He used sorcery on the Emperor's anointed, but the rogue trader managed to overcome the effects of the ritual and do battle with the heretic. The governor was executed, and we... A lie utter... What? So he's now... That's pretty much what happened. Lie uttered in the Palace Justice, a serious offense, Proctor. Galito, retrieve recording Thessera attack 84/Alpha. What? Please explain. The prefect narrates to the marshal, who removes a device from his belt. The press of a button, Galito responds to with a sharp metallic clang. The cybermastiff's paws carry him to Strax. The cybermastiff's entire body begins to tremble, his feet calling up tiny sparks, and then he projects a recording from his eyes onto the floor. The footage depicts a scene from Galito's viewpoint. The quality is terrible, but you can make out the hall where the sculptor is conducting the sinister ritual. You see Maeve interfere with the ritual and a beam of warp energy connecting the two of you. You hear Solomon's command, the scene changes, and you see Maeve, or rather yourself, in Maeve's body. Yeah, they're using the warp source. Yeah. I do believe I'm about to stop this trial really short and just start executing folks. or rather Maeve, in your body wandering through the streets with the Sarah. The next clip brings you back to the hall where Solomon is firing on the altar. The events of the pet recording are echoed by the dragging pain in your muscles and the fog in your head. I thought my wholehearted loyalty to the Lex was obvious, but you were monitoring me, keeping tabs on me like some kind of outsider, like a Narn arbitrator. You even dragged Glyto into it. It would have been better if you installed your damn recording devices in me. We're gonna attempt the coercion. As we observe, Proctor Anthar destroyed the heretical Arctor and the fight unsold when the Psyker died. This is not a single shred of evidence that the rogue trader actually overcame the sorcery. It is more likely the person's... yeah, we're gonna roll... yes! Coercion. It worked. Hey! You seem to be offended by the insinuation that you're prone to fainting spells. Yeah. Marshall. Yeah, this old lady is gonna get it. I'm just gonna beat her. I'm going to beat this old woman like a drum. I'm going to literally use her skin to make a book for the Administratum of How Not to Be a Heretic by your former heretics. The prefect leaves through a few pages in a folder. The court takes notes of the pernicious effects of the road trader's handling of the Emperor's servant entrusted to his authority. Since arriving from Thessera, the rogue trader has done his duty by passing judgment on several subjects within the walls. In the forbidding the doleful host from capturing the choir master, the rogue trader confirmed his complicity in the activities of the infamous heretic Conrad Voigtfear, to whom the choir master had been relaying messages that had led to mutinies, acts of heresy, and other disobedience. The Adeptus Arbites had to step in and execute Omnis Prize themselves. Allow me to read out the decision of the honored representative of the St. Drusus mission. We brand the one who dared to subject Anvilis, a holy votary of the faith, to deem a martyr's death, a heretic, and an associate of the evil of every kind. Lord Molus, deemed to be alive, committed a transgression of self-heartedness in running his family enterprise. He released all his convicted workers, terminated a contract with his primary suppliers, citing their moral qualities. His actions resulted in 12 kiloton of undelivered food rations across several recipients. First, the administration is unable to do its duty and ask for help, and now it has the audacity to criticize the verdicts of the rogue trader. Prefect, your accusations do not merely cast aspersions on the competence of the Administratum, they challenge the sanctity of the Emperor's anointed. Persuasion, you cannot predict the future. A poor outcome is the responsibility. Yep. Yeah, the Adeptus Arbites never hesitate in passing judgment, for our hand is guided by the God Emperor. To condemn one who passes judgment is to condemn the question of the God Emperor himself. Duh! Moving on, the defendant was placed in the unprecedented position of trust by the Adeptus Arbites and the Administratum. He was entrusted with the coordinates of the world where the tithe of the entire Coronis expanse was held. As agreed, the defendant was to transport the sacred tribute to Dargonus. But what did he do? I brought it to Dargonus. The Marshal snaps his fingers over Gladio's head. The Cybermaster flinches as if from a bolter shot, but obedient plays another recording. You recognize Hellerborn's voice. So, Lady Theodora intended to see this die from the start. She arranged the world's destruction Oh, okay. And that was Lady Theodora. I intended to return the tithe. Yeah, because the tithe is actually supposed to be in orbit now, but it's the Administratum who decided something else. On the matter of the sacred tithe, we rely on facts, not your words. That Lady Theodora planned to steal the tithe is established fact. The destruction of Leadless is also to dispute. To allow you to execute your plan would have been highly imprudent. What are you talking about? The sacred tithe is not intended to be used by anyone other than the Adeptus Ministratum that delivers his will. Not true. The Adeptus Ministratum, like the Adeptus Arbites, only oversee the location of the tithe. I do not need to remind you of that, do I, Prefect? Again, true. Vulture sets down the papers heavily on the table and looks around the room. Well, the proceedings are nearing their conclusion. The collection of transgressions and heresies have been brought forth to this court of the God Emperor servants has once and for all branded the road trader an abomination. All through his deeds has sought to satisfy his petty and base desires rather than truly serve him. You are here today to witness the fall of the von Valancius dynasty and await the long-awaited punishment that will be served upon it. Houses of Dargonus, do you reject the authority of this heretic? I swear to God, this is me going to replace Drivestem. If I might interrupt, Mistress Vulture. Alright, so Drivestem actually might grow a spine. We can hope. Urban Drivesman, the governor of Dargonus, visibly nervous at the sight of our arbitrator, nevertheless raises his head. We are much obliged to you for arranging this gallery. However, all of that has now taken place does not here change the facts. Yeah, House von Valancius holds the warrant of trade. House von Valancius is the rogue trader dynasty, and no amount of legal contortions can change that. House Drivestem is loyal to the rogue trader. Well said. And so, Toriana Grabrak. No shadow shall fall upon the name of von Valancius or eclipse the radiance of the beneficent rogue trader line. Whatever your mechanical dog says, House Grabrak is loyal to the rogue trader. Alright, that's 2 of my houses. Marius Sauerback. This is the old man who hates me. Venerating the letter of the law is not fidelity to justice. Straying from the tenets of the lex is not discerning the essence of truth in the shouting and the grounding of retribution. House Sauerback is loyal to the rogue trader. Well done. And the final one is House Wazarian. House Wazarian is loyal to the rogue trader. You better be. I saved your asses. Proctor Adriana Jaeger, allow me to address you even though I'm not the first families of Dragonus. Proctor Jaeger, Adeptus Arbites, Lethalus Outpost. Your young Valancius made every effort not to only save the tithe, but also the Arbites contingent stationed on Lethalus. I propose that such an act would have been entirely nonsensical if the rogue trader was intent on simply stealing the tithe. End of report. So everybody but the little old lady who says that because she is the little old lady rules and should rule the world says nah. This world and its denizens are rotten to the core. The prefect draws herself up with such force that you hear the arduous grinding of her implants. Her voice is cold and slightly tremulous. Decree GC Tac 781/89 Supplement 982. For tithe theft, the participation in foul sorcery and other crimes against the Imperium, Yuri von Valancius is sentenced to death. Now, the propriety of the property of the dynasty is hereby confiscated and placed under the oversight of the Adeptus Ministratum. Any last words, convict? We're going to go with dogmatic because this is the best one, actually. By the God Emperor's will, the Von Valentius dynasty was granted the warrant of trade. Go against me, and you go against the God Emperor. Marshal Strax and the Prefect Velcher are hereby sentenced to death. Those who hated and abetted them in some plot will share their fate. This is exactly what that piece of paper says. I do what I want by the God Emperor's will. Only the Lords of Terra themselves, on Holy Terra, can take that paper away from me. So, no. And this is... I find Dogmatic 5. Yes! Until the start of the next turn, the Rogue Trader becomes immune to any attack from Xenos and demons. Nice. Heretic, Traitor, Marshal, execute them. All of them. I don't think that's going to happen, little lady. I think you're about to be turned inside out. She's burning down one of my palaces. Nobody burns down my palaces but me. Oh, it's these mercs. Alright. Cabello, I'm gonna have you cut me a path through the middle. Abelard, you're gonna go over here. Solomorn. Huh. Mercenary beta. Okay. Accusation. What does this do? An enforcer of the law makes an accusation. If the accused person is proven guilty by the end of their turn through their actions, the weapon of justice proceeds with inevitable retribution. I'm betting this thing is the weapon of justice. Okay, no, we want to go here.
The guilty will fall.
Leto, apprehend. Get him. Get him. Good talk.
Understood. Your arbitrator judges. Let's test our skills, Galato.
Aww. Oh, that was a lot of fire. Okay,
I am ready for whatever comes.
Alright, we're gonna start. The named people are about to have bad times.
I won't compromise my principles. My gut tells me it's a bad idea. I'll make it happen.
Alright. First shot, it will be the weaker one, and we're going to pump it into Mercenary Zeta there. There we go. Second shot will be into this one over here. Oh, Marshal Strax is a traitor too. I'm going to enjoy giving you to Cabela. You're an idiot. Alright, Cassia,
Me?
I'll give that to her, because she's probably going to take a lot of damage. Because you're being kind of mean to her.
Be careful not to cross my gaze. Isn't this a job for...
Alright, there we go. There's one. See if we can't just... There we go, there's two. Drop the bird on this one.
Now, do something!
Get some of these weaker people off the field.
If only that were possible.
Oh, alright. Yep. For now, we'll just send the bird after that and end this one there. Go. Okay, and we'll give her that, because she's going to need it. Because she's going after Strax, and she's going to go hard. Blood splashes from your attack must not affect. Accusation, bloody idolatry. Blood splashes from your attack must not affect any creatures. I don't think she does that. I think she just kind of makes things bleed. I don't... Not sure why the dog got hit there, but okay. Why is the dog getting... Oh, it must be something from him. Oh, he tried to parry her.
I shall not fail.
One moment, please. And we're back. Sorry about that. Come on, game. We're not done with him. Oh, Strax is already dead. Oh, poor little Swaxy Swax. Okay. Abelard.
It will be done.
Okay, so these accusations, if I do the thing, so if oh, alright, so I need to actually put myself there.
Indeed.
There you go. Unlawful stagnation in your, so he has to be close to an enemy. That might be problematic because there's not a lot of enemies at this moment. And then Healy mode. That should be doing a lot more because this fellowship is 110. 22 wounds. Alright, no, so it's just really bad. Scaling on that, that's fine. Alright, that's 3 of those giant rounds in that thing. Oh look, more members of the Administratum. Okay, those accusers are the ones that are doing the nonsense. So we're gonna have to kill them. Oh, ow. Cyber, you and your cyber must deal the same number of instances of damage? Oh, shit. Because that means he has to do no damage, because Solomorn here sucks at murder.
Moving into position.
Use a consumable. I don't even. Oh, I do. All right, I do have a consumable in hand.
Let's make some opportunities. I'll make it happen. I'll see to it.
How many more times does this gun have to fire before that wall gives up? Do not. Oh, against your allies. Okay. So I'm going to assume that means I can't buff anybody either. But this is Cassia. She can kill all of. Hopefully, she can kill these guys in like one round.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. I prefer painted black. Me, if you insist, Lord Captain.
I'm liking these that require me to think more. Alright, heal yourself.
It will claim me one day.
Now you're gonna heal yourself again because you can.
Thee my blood and my pain. Thou hast ordained that I shall survive. Let the blood of the wicked be shed as thou hast willed. As the tenant's devotion is a blessing.
There we go. Yeah, she ran out of AP, so she was. Alright, and Abelard didn't end up with one this time. But Abelard doesn't have anybody back. We killed everybody back here, so we're going to send Abelard up there. Can we charge to there?
Victory is imminent.
Yes.
I will do my duty. It will be done. Indeed. It will be done.
Okay. Pascal.
Request approved by
location. We're going to send you up to her. We're going to move you up there. Oh, look, 3 more people. I don't think your accusers are going to last much longer there, old lady.
Mark the target. The order is clear. Assignment completed.
Get him. Come on, get him.
We're undertaking this task.
And then we have bite.
One of us would be enough.
There we go. Okay. Oh, you're gonna try and...
Another scar for my collection. Weapon at the ready.
Alright, it's my turn, so,
On it. Best defense is a good offense. Who, if not me, should have thought twice before crossing me?
Aww. We broke her window. Prefect Inscribia Voltor. Prefect Voltor kneels before you. Scores of fragile implants all over her body are twitching convulsively, giving her the appearance of a crushed insect. Marshal Strack's gaze is firm as ever. Not one muscle quivers on his hard exterior. Even cornered defeat, compared to others, he appears to be an indestructible pillar of rock. Prefect lets out a cough, then a unnerving smile appears on his face. I at least had to try. I served von Valancia's protectorate safely for over 100 years, painstakingly cultivating order where others failed to do so, while you and your ancestors sowed anarchy and havoc within your ever-changing whims. I stood on as the linchpin that kept this domain from sinking into criminal disarray. It was because of me that this gargantuan system continued to function with barely a flaw. The only disruption was you, the rogue traders. Yes, I had at least had to try. Try what? To take my protectorate for yourself? The protectorate isn't yours and it never was? Actually, the protectorate isn't yours and it never was. Have you not read your own warrant even once? Every conquest, every planet claimed by the rogue trader belongs to the Imperium. You're supposed to act as its vassal, nothing more. But rogue traders are incapable of efficient rule, and all that drives you is your craving for profit and reckless exploits. The limitless potential of the protectorate is wasted in the hands of spoilt fools. And I am tired of watching you desecrate the very foundations of the Imperium. If it weren't for you, the protectorate would be operating for the good of the throne as impeccably as the sacred machine of the Omnissiah. I mean, the thing is that, again, not true. The warrant says I do what I want for the good of the Imperium. I am the literal vanguard of the Empire. Where I go, I bring order from chaos. I bring his light to those who have been forgotten. Yes, things, as the Imperium then catches up, the Protectorate, as it would be given over to the Imperium at large. Literally, we'd set up all the systems, we'd give it over to them, and the Rogue Trader would then go further out, because there was always more things to discover and learn and see. The fact that the Coronis Expanse is such a shithole is because the Maw is a thing, and GW wrote themselves into a corner and then proceeded to nuke their own universe because GW is... I've seen 5-year-olds write better. You have forgotten your place in Scribia. You must be stopped, and that duty falls to me. Do you have anything to say in your defense? Only that the guilty try to defend themselves. Where have I acted in the interest of the Imperium? No, you acted in your own. Such a shame that some things cannot be set right by bureaucratic means, and that means short-sightedness of certain people serving in adjacent divisions so often become an because bureaucracy is literally from which the function government. But you are not the government. You are literally there to serve the government. Something that is actually very, very real life these days. You know what? I like this one. I would be a pity to lose such a valuable professional. I sentence you to work in tithe storages, where you will catalog their contents in solitude until the day you die. To be spared for the rest of my life of watching you bring the Imperium territories to ruin? Is that my reward? That is your reward, Rogue Trader. But I suppose you're right. Cataloging shipment chronicles is an art long overdue and some rigorous supervision. And none except me and your entire domain is... Be sure to act strictly within the bounds of your authority this time. I have not the strength to attempt something like this again. Marshal Gregorus Strox. Judge me, Yuri. Now that the dust has settled, I can see everything clearly. Voltor used me and the Adeptus Arbites in an attempt to seem total control over your protectorate. Yeah, you moron. I thought my actions were in service to the Lex. No, they weren't. Because the warrant of trade supersedes the Lex by literally stating, warrant of trade, signed by Big E, you blithering idiot. But in truth, only one person has ever benefited from them. That mistake deserves no pardon, and I have earned your punishment. Yeah, actually, Marshal Gregor Strax, he's too useful to be killed for just being stupid. You put him in a use where his abilities can be used. By taking into account your record of past achievements, I hereby deny your execution and instead sentence you to punishment by toil. I appoint you as High Overseer of the World Viabos 4, and that is where you will remain for the rest of your life. Yep. Yeah, seriously, go. Go there. Strax sets the siege down, detaches carapace, and places it over the shield. Not only clowned his undersuit uniform, it looks smaller without his armor. I, Marshal Gregor Strax, am stepping down from my post. I am no longer fit to wear this armor. May its new wearer bring our honor to the Lex. The rest of the room stands still, all eyes on you. The final verdict. What we say decided the fate of not just the Adeptus Arbites, but the Justice and the Cronus Expanse as a whole. Alright, we got 5 options here. The Cronus Expanse cannot be left without the Lex Imperialis and its keepers. The Adeptus Arbites will choose a new marshal, one who is more worthy of their station, and continue to guard the Imperium against lawlessness. No, that's just literally asking for the same thing. This is literally just asking for to become a... That's stupid. Proctor and Solomon Thor is ruler of Draconis and head of the Von Valancius. Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna go with... I wanted to go that one. Is rotten. Yeah, no, that's for more heresy. And that's disbanding. So we're gonna go with Proctor Solomon is the new he's the new High Marshal. Your agree carries great weight, but my assignment not happening so quickly. There is no precedent for electing a new Marshal in the Expanse, not to mention the Lord Marshal is unable to participate in the process. We will have to develop a new procedure. Otherwise, we arbitrators will not accept this challenge. Until my official assignment, though, I will lead as acting head as the Adeptus Arbites. Yeah. Among the broken fragments of the Great Scales and the burning Arbites banner, the people kneel as one. The verdict has been announced. Whatever the future may hold, one thing is certain. The Cronus Expanse will not be the same. All because a member of the Adeptus Ministorum thought they could do what they wanted. And there's no loot left, is there? No, there's not. Oh, alright. There's loot there. We're going to take that. Some shotguns. And we'll look at those later. Okay, a new shield. Maragon shield. Ooh, okay, that's really nice. Yeah, we'll take all of that.
Let us not dawdle.
And I do believe that is where we're going to end for today. Unless when I'm on board the ship, you know, there's a new conversation. No, there's not. All right, yeah. This is where we'll end up for the day. We'll be back on Monday. We will finish up Act 4. And probably Pascal's quest will be most of Monday. But I would thank you all for watching. Give a like if you can.